கொஞ்சம் யோசிச்சீங்கன்னா சொல்லிடலாம் இதுக்கு ஆன்சர். Map is the right answer.
Some echo is coming, pa. What is that?
மியூட் பண்ணியாச்சு.
யாரு எங்க லீடர்ஷிப் கோச் யாரு?
ம் 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 எல்லாரும் நல்லா நல்ல பிரசாதம் எல்லாம் சாப்பிட்டு 10 நாள் தொடர்ந்து பிரசாதம் சாப்பிட்டு நல்ல எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கா இருக்கீங்க தெரியுது. அதுவும் சங்கரன் சார் வேற லெவல்ல இருக்காரு.
அவர் வேற லெவல்ல எப்பவுமே இருப்பாரு. நாளா 10 நாள் எந்த பிரசாதமும் சாப்பிடல. நான் ஒரே ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் பிரசாதமா சாப்பிட்டு இருக்கேன். எங்க அப்பா அம்மா அதனாலதான் எங்கேயுமே போல. ஐ ஹவ் நாட் ஈவன் வென்ட் எனி கொலு. எல்லாம் ஒரு நாள் ஒரு 2 கொலு போயிட்டு போட்டோ போட்டு ஒரே அசத்தலா இருக்கும்.
Venkat sir, we have some guests from other places. Can we have them introduced? Mr. Vasant Joshi is there.
Good afternoon, Sudharshan sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, yes. Lot of people wanted to join, but they were like saying that, where is the link? Where is the link? Because they did not get the link only.
There is a YouTube streaming live. So,
Acha, oh, okay.
You can probably take it and share it in your groups.
Okay. And the link அனுப்பிருக்கல?
தேவ் அவருக்கு அனுப்பிருங்க தேவ். ஹலோ அட்வொகேட் வாங்க.
How are you?
குட். பவானி ஸ்ரீயும் ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்கா. செக்ரட்டரி பாருங்க, உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு ஒரு இது பாருங்க. ஒரே பிருத்திவி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்களை இன்வைட் பண்ணிட்டோம் வந்து.
அதுதான் கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்களே 100 பேர் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன்ல.
அதெல்லாம் இல்ல, நாங்கெல்லாம் வந்துட்டோம்ல. சொல்லுங்க.
இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் கலக்கி இருக்கோமே.
ஆமா, நீங்க தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மேம். ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன்லயும் நான் பார்த்தேன்.
சரி, நான் மியூட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். எனக்கு தேவ் கொஞ்சம் மியூட் பண்றேல, என்னால பண்ண முடியல.
Dev, link எல்லாருக்கும் போயாச்சா? Across all chapters.
That is not
YouTube link.
I'm not very clear on that.
இல்ல ஒரு வெங்கட் கொடுத்துட்டாரு நமக்கு. But we need to give it to everybody, right? அதுக்கு தான்.
Yes. So
you can probably take it in your mobile and do it. உங்க LNT இதுல போட்டு அப்படியே அங்க இருந்து ஸ்ப்ரெட் பண்ண முடியாதா?
அத போட்டேன். That I have done.
Okay.
பட் யூடியூப் லைவ்ல வந்து இதுதான் அப்படியே வருதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Yes.
நம்ம போய் ஆட் ஆக முடியல அதுல.
That is for you to watch.
நான் அதான் அதுல தான் முதல்ல போனேன். அப்புறம்
பார்த்தேன். But still people they will get to know who was logged in. Maybe your mail ID or your phone number. அந்த ஒரு ட்ராக்கிங் இருக்கும். So YouTube, you can get the detailed data also from YouTube, whether mail ID or mobile number.
இல்ல வெங்கட்டோட லிங்க் அனுப்பிருங்க. அந்த லிங்க்ல
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Once you touch that link and go, or you go and search and go also, YouTube will identify from which ID or which mobile you have logged in. அது கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம்.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Dev sir, I think we should start.
We start at 7:15.
7:15. Okay. Okay.
We start at 7:15. The meeting room we opened. It's time for everyone to network and
Okay.
to introduce and chat and have a word.
Okay. Okay.
Background. People will be more and more people are joining, so we put them in.
Okay. Okay.
If there are some people from far away also, considering Chennai distance, can we have them introduced? There is a Mr. Vasant Joshi, Mr. Sundar Kumar, and all that.
Sundar Kumar is Bharati chapter, sir.
Okay, okay.
வணக்கம் treasurer. நீங்க மியூட்ல இருக்கீங்க treasurer.
Okay. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
We are waiting 7 more minutes before we start. And someone will do the opening prayers today. I think I will ask Jayashree to do the opening prayers.
We have Shanti ma'am. தலை இருக்கும்போது வாழ ஆடவே கூடாது.
ஏன்பா?
All right. Then let her do the opening prayers and then you do the opening presentation. Great. So before we get very silent and we get very busy with all the other activities, and before I welcome everyone, we have still about 90 days left before the calendar year 2026 comes in. maybe we can have an introduction, or maybe we can have a conversation. What are your plans until 2026 comes? Just a casual conversation, because there's a YouTube live stream going on, and there are business people here from all across India. Do you have anything in mind? Anything you want to achieve? Anything you want to stop doing?
Whatever we think, we don't
25
know
have
whether it
not
will be
been
right,
achieved.
but I think ADB will predict everyone's future correctly for 26.
No. Actually, what they've said was till 31st December 2025. What is it that you want to do further, or what you are lacking? That's what he meant, right?
Yes, I mean, apart from the astrology and apart from all the divine power we have every second in our hand, there's a calendar year shift, right? Something which we will do, say, the Western calendar. Is there something you have something you started 1st of January 2025 saying, I will finish off this by this year? Are there someone with some to-do list which hasn't been finished? Or are we all waiting for the financial year?
No. Actually, I am waiting for 2026 to start, wherein I am planning to go for a big platform, astrological platform. I think I have discussed with you also. I have discussed with our people in BBB also. So this 3 months, we'll be doing the groundwork, and we'll be ready to launch by Jan.
Great. So there's lots of work to do, the remaining.
Yes. So the main important thing and the most exciting thing is most of the people of our chapter will be involved in doing this.
Great. Fantastic.
Right from getting the website right, then going for app, then going for tie-ups with a lot of big companies, big jewelers and all that is being worked out. And I think we should all sit together and work on that, because astrology as such it is an integrated science. It is not exclusive of yoga or what do you call as gemology and all. It is highly inclusive. So a lot of people from BBB himself will find a lot of place into this. So we are contemplating on that, and I think almost 30 people from our chapter will be involved in this big exercise.
Great, sir. Let's
Great.
hear from one or two more persons.
Yeah, I would say that I'm on the verge of cracking two things. One is within BBB, my collaboration with another member in Chennai chapter. Okay. We are jointly working on a project in Orissa, where we'll be supplying high capacity UPS, 20 kVA, 30 kVA and all, to some district hospitals. The PO has already come, and we are waiting for the financials to set in. So that will be one good breakthrough in BBB the last 1 year. That one. Second one is out of BBB, for the company that I consult, I am working for a tender floated by Keltron, Kerala, where if everything goes well, we'll have to supply around 2,000 UPS across Kerala for the police department.
Fantastic.
Great.
So these two are one has already fructified. The other one, the tender, we have already worked in the past 3 months. On in terms of all the tender nuances and all that. And now the tender will be out just before Diwali. And hopefully by December, we will be able to close the order and supply before 31st March.
So from 1st April, Kerala police will have uninterrupted power.
Already they have, because somebody else did a project 2 years back for the company that I consult. But that was for CCTV in police stations. Now, this is a slightly highly tech-oriented upgradation of police activity. So I'm only aware of the power side. There are a lot of computers and systems are being integrated into this.
So
Software, yeah.
Yeah, you're giving more power to the police.
I can say that. I can say that. Only thing is they cannot touch it, they'll get a shock. So this will be my achievement in the next 3 months before this calendar year closes.
Good, good, great.
we'll take one more person, very short. Those who joined new, we have 1 minute left. If you have any goals before you think 2026 starts, if you can present it in 30 seconds, the mic is yours.
I think I am expecting the order before Jan 1st for Madurai Meenakshi Amman.
Oh.
That is what the tender is going on that way. Hopefully, the discussion will start in November.
Good, good.
And because there is no tender, I am giving the 3 quotations itself. There is no tender.
Don't tell it openly, but approximately what would be the value, Balaji?
80 lakhs. First
Lovely.
Great,
That's
great.
more important. That's more
Great.
important. Great.
Dave, in my case, man proposes, Trump disposes. Okay. What happened was I've been talking to a company, software company, in fact, 2 companies with a strength of about 200 plus for a detailed training for their staff. So in the last 1 month, they have now put it on hold. Okay. They said, okay, let things settle down a little bit. We'll take it further. Thanks to Trump, everything has got taken a roadblock now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, in a lighter vein, Durga Prasad, you know Trump's horoscope?
No. I am so confused that I have never gone into his horoscope. I have not gone to his horoscope.
Great, everyone. So, since the today's session, October, we are experimenting with the new feature, which means we are limiting the registration to 100 due to some technical experiments and maintenance. But what I really hope is that we have more people with camera on, because we are not always looking at quantity, but also at quality. The 2 wonderful speakers have a lot of preparation done, and they of course would love to have it more interactive and more engaged, because less is sometimes even more. So we shouldn't think, oh, there are not 200, 300, 400 people today. There are how many they will be here, and they will be absolutely present, and they will be absolutely focused, and also later on switching on their camera and showing their visibilities. Before I start, I will just start with one quote which comes to my mind. Don't ask me why. Krishna was saying, when someone asked, be like a flute, be hollow, be straight, and be light. Don't offer or don't hindrance anything which blocks his breath. Krishna will come and breathe divine music through you. And this is what connects us all. We are all here to connect, and to Zoom, we have this possibility to have these 2 wonderful people to listen to their expertise and to their knowledge, and we can hear, take on everything as a breath, and be an instrument for the next 1 hour, learn a lot, ask a lot of questions, and be as engaged as possible. And with that being said, I need to have our opening prayers, ma'am, from Chennai, Shanti Iyer. She has a wonderful voice. In our chapter in Chennai, she does all the opening prayers, and so will be the tradition now continued in the online session as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Kindly chant the 3 Omkaras. सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. And let's start with our first speaker. Let me not mute her. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's ask her to unmute and let's spotlight for everyone. Jayashree ma'am. So let me do an introduction. The profiles, when we get it, it's always huge. And we always try our level best to use the tools like AI, but also our human intelligence to highlight what really the people's highlight should be. So when you look at that from Jayashree, she started her career in teaching before she followed the passion developing people in human resource. She founded Kanchai Consulting to offer HR admin and operation support to small and growing business. And she has served over 300 clients pan India, and she has done more than 500 crores business to date. And she's also deeply committed to social work. She's the co-founder of PEMEST Trust, educating underprivileged students and supporting families with medical aid and essential donations. She personally has herself led efforts to provide meals to frontline workers during the first lockdown and has adopted a child whose education she fully supports. She is a social activist focusing on women empowerment, creating employment opportunities, and is an amazing singer and also devoted to Sri Raghavendra Swami. She even holds an MD in acupuncture. This is a little bit of an introduction of Jayashree ma'am, and the stage is yours, ma'am. Please bring us to your topic.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dev, for the wonderful introduction. And thanks, BBB, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share the knowledge what I have a bit on the GeM portal and how it can help the entrepreneurs basically to, supply their products and services to the government. So before presenting my PPT, I would like to go with a more interactive session. Reason being, I would like to explain. And Dev, I would request you to let me know how much time I have been allotted so that I can be a little cautious on that.
We got 25 minutes, ma'am.
Thank you. So with that said, good evening, one and all. This is Jayashree from BBB Prithvi. And there is a wonderful tool initiated by the government, which is on an e-commerce platform. Likely, this is for the people who wants to supply their products and services to the government. That is called GeM portal. GeM, that is means government e-market. So this portal is for the people by the government. Here, it's an e-commerce portal where the government can buy the products and services of any public from India for their official requirements. Where it's more to make it very simplify, it's like an Amazon or a Flipkart where we will have people the common public will sell and the common public will buy. But here in case of GeM portal, the people will sell. The manufacturers, traders, resellers, service providers, everybody can sell only to the government and its subsidiaries. So the buyer only will be restricted to the government bodies, starting from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So any portion, any part of Indian geography, you can sell your products and services. This is basically a government initiative to promote the MSMEs, Make in India products. So there are quite a few things which I normally come across when, there are a lot of people who wants to get into the government, but they don't know what is the gateway. So, and how do they do this? And what are the tough things that they will face while entering into this portal? It is very simple tool, which is very transparent as well as far as I know that. So where you can definitely generate a good amount of business through this portal. Here in GeM portal, unlike any other portals, you have to empanel your organization with few steps which is mentioned, and I'll come to that in few minutes. So once you register, your profile is 100% complete, then you have to upload your products and services onto that. It's called category creation. So once you create your category, assuming there are two things. One, let us talk about the manufacturers, and let us talk about the resellers. So if you are a manufacturer, then you have to empanel as a manufacturer, which is called as a OEM, that is original equipment manufacturer. And if you are a reseller or a service provider, then you have to register and enroll your service category catalogs or a product catalogs. Then again, when I say the product catalog, GeM has certain categories called Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. That is basically bifurcated on the kind of a product that anybody, any manufacturer or a reseller is doing. Just for an example, if you take case of Q1 category products that deals with huge automobile industries, like an ambulance or, like shuttle service of a cabs for the government, for a police department, something like that. And when we say Q2, all the IT, most of the IT products that comes under Q2, for an example, laptops, computers, then your AC, all this comes under the Q2 category. I'll explain more about this. And then when we say Q3, it can be an unbranded products as well, like something which you really want to sell, but the government has, this portal has a bit of leverage on this Q3 category. So like this, they have divided this products and services into Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So we have to select which one we are dealing with, and then you have to create your catalog according to that. Suppose if you are a manufacturer, let's get back there again, you will have your own brand. So then it's not only about registering your product, your brand name also must be registered. Your brand name should exist on the GeM portal. Then from there, you have to create the catalog. So once all these steps are done, it's like the AI that catches the keywords from the products that has been uploaded onto the portal, and it will start fetching you the tenders. So whatever, there could be some relevant tenders, there could be some irrelevant tenders, but what you have to do is you have to download, go through each and every document. Then you have to identify whether that tender suits you, whether the geographical location suits you. And if yes, you have all the, there will be some EMD amount for each tender. It's not mandatory that every tender will have that, but few tenders, yes, it has. So you need to look into all those things. And if the tender suits you, then you can go ahead and participate. This is the common loop with which GeM portal works. So now there are few things like once you have uploaded the tender, then post tender uploading, there will be document evaluation, which is called as a technical evaluation. There are two phases. One is technical evaluation and other one is financial evaluation. Once the technical evaluation is completed and you have passed all those categories on of any particular tender which a government expects from you to be, then your tender document will be automatically submitted for the financial evaluation. There, the price plays the major role because the lowest price wins the bid. So then there are, once the results are out of any bid, you can see all the results, not only about yours, whether you win or you lose, that doesn't matter, but what is the competitor has quoted. And from L1 level, that is lowest price, to even 2024 also, how many ever participated, all those results can be seen on the portal itself. So this is the level of transparency that the GeM portal is maintaining, so that, the public gets to know that what is the price that they have quoted, where they have missed. Even if the technical evaluation is also not matching, then the reason, with the proper reason, that is getting rejected. So this portal is very, very transparent. And then second, we all will have a common mindset of, thinking, like when dealing with the government, how about my payment? Whether will I get my payment on time? Whether my payment will come in the first place itself, then it comes to the timeline. But here, the government itself has taken a lot of initiative in generating the on-time payment. For that, to facilitate, to give a input to the seller, it has given three kind of traffic lights, we call as, in the GeM portal itself. When you log into the portal, you can identify there will be red, green, and amber. So when the red is given, the government is warning you, the portal is warning you to deal with that particular buyer very carefully, which means the buyer already has an issue with the payment or something else. Some ticket has been raised. He has already some kind of a issue is happening with the buyer. So this is a precaution which government is asking us to take even before we participate in that tender. Then the amber means this is a fair buyer, but somewhere the payments will be delayed by this particular buyer. And green, it's a clean sheet where we can, without any hesitation, we can participate. So these are the small, indications where the GeM portal provides any seller to be cautious even before they get on to the tendering part. Then, so there are some categories, some types of tenders which any product or services will fall under. That is called a normal tender that we all know. And there are customized tenders that we call as, and there are BOQ tenders. BOQ means bill of quantity, where the tenders will be in a huge number, like in the sense, there will be a huge demand for a products, lot of products. It's not only one product. To give an example, assuming a bare shell, a piece of land is there where government wants to conduct a IT park or whatever. So starting from the construction to plug and play, all the materials will be floated under one tender, which is called as a bill of quantity. Here, we can participate only to a portion of what we have we are producing, or we are reselling, or we are distributing. So only to that portion we can participate in that tender. That is called a bill of quantity. Second, customized means government will have some predefined requirement. Say for an example, a website or a app or something related to that, AI or some tools like that which they need. Those will fall under the customized tender. So then the government will float those kind of a tender, and only those people who are eligible to fulfill those categories can participate and take it forward. And the rest is the normal tenders for all the consumable or consumer products like fans, switch, AC, lights, and all those things, even the laptops with different specifications, phones and all those things, CCTV and all those. This comes with a predefined specifications where the buyer can straight away share his requirement, and the people will participate, and then they will take it forward. So this is how the GeM portal works. I would like to share the PPT to give you more overview and what are the documents that and all is required to take it forward. Just let me know if my screen is visible. Yeah, is my screen visible?
All good.
Yeah. So this is just a GDP of India. So this is 6.5% growth rate we had for the financial year 24-25. So now the achievement is we have crossed 4 trillion GDP. And this is the spend on the revenue by the government. So these are the few numbers that we have captured from the portal itself. So India's revenue spend, Indian government revenue spend is around 50,65,345 crore. So here, I already explained what is GeM portal. GeM portal is a digital India initiative where this is called as government e-market. So government can buy, the central state ministries and all the PSUs, and it was launched in 2016. So here, most of the people will have one question. Is the GeM portal only for the big corporates with big turnover? Answer is a big no. Even a startup can also participate in the tender. Startup can impanel themselves as a vendor on the GeM portal, and they can also get benefited out of this. Some key highlights is approximately 22 lakh plus sellers and service providers are already registered. And there is 161,188 primary buyers are there, and 2,25,437 secondary buyers are there. So there are more products which have been registered, and the geographical reach is throughout India, like from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from east to west, everywhere GeM portal is there. So why to sell on GeM? So it's a very, as I mentioned earlier, it's a very transparent, fair, and a secured marketplace. When I say secured marketplace, it secures our business, it secures our payment, which is very vital for any business owners. Whatever the timeline that is mentioned in the tender document for the payment and the technical specification, those all things will be taken care as per the black and white what has been written there. Assuming after we deliver our products, suppose the government delays in making the payment. So what will happen? Government, the GeM portal intervenes and it becomes the mediator between the buyer and seller. It also makes sure the seller is compensated with along with the interest from the day the payment is due. So to that extent, it is helping the entrepreneurs to promote their own business on GeM portal. So what kind of products and services can be are available as of now? There are empty number of products and services, but to list a few, you have IT products, you have medical products, you have electronic equipments, you have automobile, stationery items, textiles, electrical appliances, pipes and fittings, furniture. These are the few popular categories which I have listed, and also construction, toys, home automation, solar, water waste management, fire and safety. Like this, there are many products which are available on GeM portal. So one again, oxygen and gas accessories. In service, you have manpower, human resources, catering, cloud kitchen, vehicle hiring, software, cash management, audit solutions. Audit, when I say it can be financial audit or it can be security audit as well. And even digital marketing, all these things are available. So what is the process? So first, as I mentioned, you have to create the user ID and password. Then you have to complete your profile. Then vendor assessment or exemption. This is only for the manufacturer and not for the reseller or distributor or for the service providers. So these three, like OEM panel, brand approval, all these three, vendor assessment, OEM panel and brand approval, are only for the manufacturer. That is, we call as original equipment manufacturer or OEM. Then the catalog upload, stock updation. This stock need to be updated in a periodic timeline, which the GeM will automatically pop up some notification, because when a tender gets floated, you have to, the entrepreneur have to maintain certain level of stock into his catalog. So it pops up with that notification as well to maintain. So then in GeM, you can, as I mentioned, bid also can be submitted. Then order acceptance process, assuming there is one another feature is called direct order, where the government doesn't float any tender. Based on your profile, based on what services or products that you do, up to 10 lakhs, the government can provide a direct order to you, which will come through your email, whatever the registry email ID that you have given. So once you have given the order from the government, may what come, you have to deliver that. Suppose if you fail to deliver that product because of any reason, maybe the geographical restriction or the price restriction, whatever, then the buyer can also raise a ticket against you, where the GeM will again interfere. They may ask you to deliver the product. And if you fail still, then they may raise a flag against you, which will extend up to a suspension from a week's time to 6 months or 1 year, based on the kind of volume that the government, the buyer has given. So even the order value can be as small as 2,000 rupees. So it can be from any geographical location. You couldn't deny once you get the order saying this order value is low, so I can't. So may it be a profit or loss, you must have to execute. For that, you really need to update your stocks periodically. So once assuming after a successful tender winning, after a successful bid is won, the invoice also have to be generated only through the portal. It's not that we use our Tally or SAP or whatever. The invoice also must be generated, and the product also, GeM also helps facilitate the logistics through where they have partnered with few logistics people, where they will ship your goods and services, goods to the buyer through their own vehicles, or through any mode of transport. So that also is being facilitated. There is another important feature on GeM. Like there will be some tenders which may be like which have to be delivered in phases. So for that, to facilitate the entrepreneurs, there is a tool called GeM Sahai. Sahai means help. So this help government offers for the people to get some advance to execute the project. So they have tied up with certain banks and certain the people who lends loans and all. It's an empaneled trustworthy partners of the government, where we can submit all the documents, whatever is required to take that advance online, and then we can avail that loan. So once we execute the project and once we receive our invoicing, then we have to pay the bill. Or suppose if we the terms have, there could be some terms based on the amount of the loan. They may ask you to repay in a certain period. Then it's a mutual thing between the lender as well as the entrepreneur. Based on that, they can mobilize this facility as well. So now the question is, how do I start working on GeM? So it's a very, very simple process. As I mentioned, like you have to empanel, then you have to update the organization profile, list your brand if you're a manufacturer, list your product if you're a reseller or a service provider, then identify the bits which is relevant to you and start participating. So what are all the mandatory requirements to register on GeM portal? So once you start, there will be a application. For that, there are certain documents like your Aadhaar related mobile number, registered email ID. Then if it is a proprietorship, all those things, and Udyam as well. If it is a private limited company, along with the documents, whatever I just told, then the CIN number is mandatory and the ITR. So there could be some questions. What if the company itself is a startup? So we can take an exemption on the ITR if it is not yet filed, and if it's a organization which is less than 1 year, so we can go for an exemption and we can proceed with the registration. So this is again, when it comes to OEM, the process of empaneling is same. Just 2 steps ahead is like the vendor assessment, either exemption needs to be taken care or the vendor assessment needs to be done. When I say vendor assessment, there are a lot of steps that needs to be followed. There will be an inspection from the GeM portal. One is like they will ask you to come on the video. They will ask you to show you whether you really exist, whether you really produce something, whatever you have been mentioned in the documents and all. Only after the satisfying the criteria, they will give you the vendor assessment certificate, and they say that you are an OEM of the GeM portal, where you can have your distributors and your resellers get the authorization code from you to sell your product and services. Otherwise, if the OEM is not registered for certain products, then the resellers and the distributors cannot proceed forward for certain category. It's not for all the categories. So the OEM, whoever is the manufacturer, then registering as an OEM is appreciated, and for certain categories, it's mandated. So there are certain tools on GeM, like one already I explained about Sahai. Second is ODOP, that is one district, one product. Means the government would like to highlight certain products of that particular district, for which it is known as. Like just for an example, we have Kanchipuram, we have Banaras for silk sarees, where that place itself denotes what it is known for. Like for those kind of district, the government promotes them. Like you can register yourself under ODOP scheme and then start selling it to the government. So these are a few from Tamil Nadu, like Nilgiri's tea, then Pudukkottai cashew, and then leather products from Ranipet, coir product from Shivagangai. All this, like from coir pith from Tenkasi, banana food products from Teni, textile made up from Teni and Tanjore. So these are few things which I have listed just to show an example how this works. And payment realization, as I already told, it's 100% online payment. There is no personal transaction involved at all in this. And it's a very, very transparent one. And this is called incident management, which I already explained. There is, if you are not happy with the buyer, like there is some discrepancy from what you have agreed to deliver and what they have committed to you, any discrepancy it could be, then you can raise an incident in the government, where as I said, like they can suspend the seller, they can also suspend the buyer. Once they found the incident to be genuine, then they will also suspend the buyer from procuring the any goods and services for a particular period from through GeM portal. And one another important thing which we have to notice here, the government, the central government or the GeM portal has restricted the people or the government bodies, I'm sorry. So to procure the goods and services only up to a small amount through cash. Rest all things must be floated through tenders, and they only have to procured through tenders and bids. So this is how this is a brief on GeM portal, how this works and how this can be benefited to all the members and all the manufacturers, service providers and all those things. Whatever the little bit of knowledge I had, I have shared and hope it was helpful. Any questions, I'm open for that.
Thank you very much, Jayashree. I think we have 3 more minutes for any questions for the members to ask. It was indeed, I think, a first glance in how to get into GeM and what are the benefits and what are the steps into getting into it. From your experience, where do you see people when they want to start with this? Where do you see them mostly getting challenged, or where do they get like bounced back?
Lot of places, because this is a little tricky, I would say. It's not complex, but little tricky, I would say, when you enter into that and when you start enrolling yourself onto the portal, the details needs to be very, very specific. If you don't satisfy those criteria, maybe it look like very simple, but it's really tricky. When you start uploading your products, when you start uploading your profile, then definitely there will be a challenges which will be faced by many of the entrepreneurs, where they can seek the help from help desk. GeM help desk is very, very useful, where they can reach out to them. Now there are it is available in multiple languages as well. We don't really have to, the South Indians especially worry about the language, but then it is available in all the languages, where the people are there to support and help. Whatever the queries that you have, you can send a mail or you can call them directly and you can talk to them and get it clarified.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
The thing is, generally, this is an open all India market, right?
Yes.
Now, is there any mechanism on the part of the government where they don't end up giving order to somebody in Chandigarh and asking to deliver somewhere in Andhra Pradesh or in Karnataka or somewhere, where he doesn't have any mode of support or anything? Is there anything like I have seen people taking orders, sitting somewhere else and then trying to do last minute? They are worried about blacklisted. They're worried about these incidents, and then they do it on a loss also. But is there any mechanism on the part of the government to see whether this particular person can really do something there? Is there anything they do?
As such, there is nothing, whatever you have spoken, it's not available like that. What if the order is given to a person from Kashmir, for the seller who is sitting in Dhanushkodi, no matter what, whether he make it profit or loss, he must deliver that. As of now, there is no alternate for that. The only thing offline, what you can do, you can connect with the buyer, you can try finding out. Sometimes the buyer details are available on the tender document itself. The only way what you can do, you can call them, you can connect with them and you can explain the difficulty, and they themselves can cancel. You cannot cancel that.
What about GST registration? Is that compulsory?
GST it was mandatory, but now it's not. Just last week there was an update for all of you. GeM keeps on updating itself with lot of changes. Whatever is there today, whatever I'm sharing with you today as mandated one, it might not be mandated to in the next week, because till August there was a caution deposit which for every registration the entrepreneurs must have to pay based on the ITR. But from September 1st, it has been removed. So there is no caution deposit. And for the people who have already enrolled, their caution deposit will be returned only when they are coming out of GeM. So it keeps on changing. It keeps on updating.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have to go on with the next speaker. And if we can have again a consolidated question and answer if time allows us at the end to ask Jayashree more on GeM. But now let's move on to the next speaker, who is Mr. Sudharshan. Let me put him, and right, here we go. So I have again a very big profile which I had to summarize with lots of my intelligence and artificial intelligence, and I hope I have a good summary of introducing yourself, sir. Please welcome Mr. Sudharshan, founder of Waymark Coaching and Consulting, and he's an industry veteran with more than 30 years of experience in marketing, communication, and training. He helps businesses to grow by blending strategic branding, and corporate training with cutting-edge technology. A key highlight in his role is as he's an early evangelist and adapter of responsible AI for the past 5 years. Sudharshan sir specialized in integrating AI-driven diagnostic and decision support tools into Fusion branding. His unique approach helps founders and professionals blend human insights with intelligent automation for unparalleled growth. He's a proven business coach, corporate trainer, and a brand strategist with a deep cross-sector expertise. This is all I have. Now I need to breathe. Okay. And with
Thank
that,
you, sir.
we come into your topic, sir, which we have
Yes,
wonderfully created, and we are all thrilled to hear your version of
yes,
presentation.
yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. As a business coach, many times we draw parallels about a lot of things. One of the parallels we draw is that a year is equal to a 1 day international, because you have 1 week holiday of Diwali and 1 week holiday of Christmas. So you have 50 weeks, and the way you plan 50 weeks is the way you so that's a parallel that we bring about. The second parallel that we bring about is what we call as the game of tennis. So you have 4 surfaces. You have grass, you have hard court, you have clay, okay, and you have the US Open, which is also concrete, the Australia, which is concrete, okay. So in this, how people adapt and all that. And now talking of a topic like this itself was very challenging. It was challenging on 2 fronts. One is not to sound very a person who has just recompiled and perhaps presenting the same topic, because talking about Navratri, 9 forms of Durga, I mean, all of us know, okay. I don't want to say that that topic has been done to death. I mean, as a wrong term to use, but nevertheless, we know Navratri, we know the 9 days, we know the cosmic, all those kind of things. So a very quick introduction about myself. Okay, and before I kind of dive in, I am the Better Business Coach and a corporate trainer. I am a mentoring coordinator at BBB Siddhivinayak chapter of Mumbai, and chapter growth coordination for New Delhi and rest of India. So this is what I essentially do, and this is what I call as what really is strength and soul. Okay, true strength is in the soul, the spirit. The true strength is in the soul and spirit, not in the muscles. Okay, so strength we always tend to associate with muscle, so as to say. Okay, so here I go with the number 9, and we know what the number 9 is all about, the importance of number 9. I will kind of little later we'll get into a lot of interactivity. 9 planets, Navagraha, we know this. Okay, Navaratna, we just talked about GeM portal, and see here is another GeM. Okay, so 9 gems, which is Navaratna. Okay, Navadanya, we know the 9 Danyas that we have. Navadwar, okay, so man has 9 entry points or exit points, or kind of say 2 eyes, nose 2 points, ear 2 points, the mouth, and the 2 excretory organs are the 9 doors to a man. Nava Bhakti, okay, and Nava Rasa, which is emotion, and getting to Nava Shakti, which is strength, and Navaratri, okay, so which is the spirit. So you see, the number 9 is symbolizes completion and divinity. You have 9 planets. People have talked about Poseidon, but I don't know whether Poseidon has really been taken as one. Now here is where I'm going to say that pick out your pen and paper because you're going to need that. You know, this is about Navratri or 9 nights strength. So whatever is relevant for your business. So I would urge you to pick up your pen and paper because what I'm going to be asking you is questions and probably some action on the chat. Okay. Some of you can put those action on the chat. Some of you can unmute and kind of also say what you have perhaps written. Okay, here is Madam Jayashree Madam just said about Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And here again, I will say that Q1, calendar year JFM or financial year April, May, June is Q1. Okay, Q2 is April, May, June as Q2. That is the calendar year, and July, August, September. July, August, September, or October, November, December. So I have parallelly run the two things together. And here is October, November, December, and January, February, March. Okay. Now, why I'm saying Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, while it looks at entire thing as 1st to the 30th, in the Indian context, we need to look at it from 15th to the 15th. What happens on 14th of January? It's harvest. Okay. The next harvest happens on 14th of April. It's celebrated as harvest. The next harvest is celebrated on 14th of July. Okay. And the next harvest is typically celebrated on 14th of October. So you see the quarter system. And when I say quarter system, do not misconstrue the word to something, but I'm saying the 4 quarters has existed in the Indian context far before anybody really came with the quarter of calling it Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And hence I'm saying Chaitra Navratri, that happens in March, April, that is the Ramanavami. And as businessmen, we are doing New Year fiscal planning. Okay, fresh capital deployment. This is what we do. Okay, so the second one is Ashada, which is again a Gupta kind of a Navratri. Not many people know about this. Mid-year strategic recalibration is what we do. And there's a quite repositioning which we are doing in June, July, basis results that we have got in March, April. Then comes the Sharad, which is the September, October one, the main one, which is the peak performance season, harvest of annual initiatives. And because, you know, now Diwali is coming and new clothes have to be brought and so many new things have to be brought. So this is purely from a harvest perspective. Okay. And I'm saying purely from a harvest perspective. We'll come to the business part little later. I, as a farmer, harvest everything. Okay. And now that I have harvested and I have the money, I decide on buying new clothes. I decide on mending my house, calling a mason, calling a carpenter, getting everything done. I decide on buying new stuff. So that's what happens with the money that he has. And then the Magha, which is again the January, February. So the Ashad and the Magha are the Gupta Navaratris. The more famous ones are the one with Chaitra Navaratri, which is with Ramanavami. Okay, and Sharad Navaratri, which has the Dashera added to it. So if you have pulled in your pen and pencil, here is the first question, which I want you to reflect. Okay. The question is, how does your organization, okay, look at the business approach? Okay, so maybe you can answer this in the chat, or you can perhaps, how does your organization currently approach the business cycles? And the second question being, are there missed opportunities for strategic renewal? Okay, so something to think about that all this keeps happening. So anybody can unmute and kind of give your reaction or give me your reaction on chat also. Anybody can unmute and just kind of speak about this particular reflection. You know, I mean, your experience. Do you really look at business cycles per se, or it's something that you do, but you just came to know about it now? Yes, Satyamurthy sir.
Yeah, see, basically, mine is more to do with respect to student admissions to various universities.
Okay.
And as you put it across, September, October is a peak performance season for me because that is the time when students get admissions and settled in the universities for various programs. So It starts in June, July, because that is where after the results come for the 12th standard and others, they
Yes.
start working towards this one. It starts in June, July, hits the peak performance in September, October.
Okay, okay, okay. So, anyone else who would like to kind of add something to this, or even put it on chat?
I think we have Unnati Vasishta. She wanted to say something. Her
Yes.
hand.
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Well, this is something which is absolutely something which is new to me, but by default, I follow the March, April, because usually, typically, when your year ending is done, April again, people. So I'm a customer experience consultant.
Okay.
So I reach out to companies for collaborations in training, consulting, and all of that. So
Okay.
March, April is something which I look at, but this is absolutely new to me.
Okay, okay. This is
Beautiful.
Fine,
Yeah.
fine. Thank you.
Just,
Yeah, yeah.
sir, can I add one
Yes,
point
yes,
here?
yes, sir. Yes.
I think, but at least from an Indian context, I can say
Mm.
the business cycle is normally defined by the customer and not defined by the organization.
Yes.
When I say it is influenced by the customer behavior,
Yes.
right? So particularly if I'm in a, say, like a consumer product, or if I'm in a gifting product, okay. So the festival seasons normally define my business cycle,
Yes.
not the time period. Okay, the quarter may be irrelevant, but it's the time of the festival that really makes a difference.
Yes.
So when I look at this primarily,
Yes.
there are two ways I've looked at it. One is in terms of a period which you decide, maybe for you to really, monitor and measure.
Yes.
But
Yes.
for actual execution, normally, I mean, it's something which is a seasonal part of it, which is more relevant.
Yes.
Which is what I thought I can just add on
No,
here.
no, absolutely, absolutely. So now I'm saying that here are the archetypes of models that we are going to be actually seeing about, each deity that we kind of worship during Navratri. Okay, and understanding these archetypes will help build the balanced leadership portfolios for you. So obviously, Durga is one. Okay, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Okay, Kali, Ram, Hanuman, okay, and why Hanuman, of course, and then Krishna. Why I've added Krishna is that Dashera is also associated with the Shamantaka gem. Okay, not many people know this, but the entire thing of the Shamantaka gem was essentially resolved where Krishna was, for a reason that was not his mistake, seen as the thief, and but the resolution of that entire thing happened on Vijay Dashami. Okay, so that is also one of the Vijay Dashami for Krishna to get included here. So if you are a little surprised about how you are seeing Krishna here. So here I come to the business application. Okay, and here again I would like to say that here is she's about decisive execution and crisis management. Okay, so here is you pivot a business model when the market signal shifts. And typically, as an investment person, I'm just putting this from a stock market perspective, or double down versus when to write off. Okay, so this is what a Durga style archetype of business application is what we take from this. I'm asking you, what is the Durga? Okay, in your organization or portfolio need more Durga energy. Okay, so when I say Durga energy, I'm asking at this juncture, as you sit, Navratri is all about introspection. Okay, and we are having a post Navratri introspection with this particular thing. So more like what are those areas 1, 2, and 3? Probably somebody could just unmute themselves and kind of say that, what is it that you looking at a Durga energy for your business, your organization, or something like that. We have 5 more gods to go. So that is why I want people to quickly kind of say so without, so that we can finish in the stipulated time.
A situation where, you need somebody to convert your challenges into opportunities.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's essentially to do with the Durga. Okay, I have shared a workbook with Dev sir. Okay, this entire thing is in a workbook form with Dev sir. So that will be available to you. You can send him a DM or whatever, and he will perhaps share the workbook with you. Now I come to Lakshmi. Okay, and this is what Lakshmi is all about, where you are looking at a portfolio construction. That is, what do I have? What is my offering going to be? And how do I diversify? What can I, offer so that there's an optimization on my yield? And how can there be a sustainable wealth generation rather than short termism? So again, which is like you look at a milkman. Okay, what does a milkman do? He's looking at, I just need to be done with my work today. So I have 10 liters of milk. I want to sell those 10 liters of milk. I have milk at 4 in the morning. It can perhaps survive till 10 a.m. It's already seen about 3 or 4 hours of sun. I need to get rid of my milk. So when you come to me at 10 o'clock, if my milk is available for 50 rupees a liter in the morning, at 10 o'clock it is almost available for 30 rupees a liter because I want to do a kind of stock clearance and leave from here. Okay. So here is where you can optimize resource allocation for better returns. Okay. And I'm sure when you have this as a thought process, you are going to see that what can you do as a value creation resource optimization. So these are essentially something that is a takeaway about gods and goddesses and their qualities for our businesses. Now, Saraswati is to do with innovation and intellectual capital. Okay, so anything that is to do with innovation, so obviously you come with the first part of the innovation where you will say that R&D investment. Okay, so we are always doing a lot of R&D. Okay, you look at we being a learning organization. Okay, so all of us are a learning organization. I mean, in BBB, that is natural that we are all a learning organization. Okay, each one of us individually is a learning organization, and we like to spread that knowledge and cultures that reward curiosity. That is what is the business application of a Saraswati that we are talking about. And companies which embody Saraswati principles build tomorrow's competitive advantage today. Okay, so they are more proactive and not reactive. That is what a Saraswati quality actually is. So here I'm going to again ask something which Dev sir asked at the start. What are you going to do in the next 90 days? Okay, so probably I'm going to not ask you as 90 days, but I'm going to tell you that what innovative should your organization prioritize in the next 12 months? Okay, if somebody would like to unmute and kind of share, I'm open to the unmuting. What innovation initiatives? Somebody talked about astrology portal, okay, which they're going to be doing within 90 days or something. What will be innovative in that?
I am Durga Prasad.
Yes, sir.
Vedic astrologer. I talked about the astrology portal.
Yes.
As
Yes.
This is basically a platform wherein astrologer, there will be a lot of astrologers on board, and we will split the time as 30-minute capsule, so that that particular slot you can pre-book for getting the horoscope casted and forecasting.
Okay.
So that will be very innovative in the sense the person will be, this will be totally online, and they can get to us by having a video call, audio call, or WhatsApp call, Zoom call, whatever they feel like, so that they'll almost have the personal touch when they come directly to astrologer and get things done.
Okay, so basically the access is the innovation that you are essentially talking about. Yes. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
So just one small question.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
For an organization or for a mid-sized organization, what percentage of the profits they should be investing in innovation initiative, generally as a guidance from your side?
I would say typically that there isn't any number there, but I would say an indicative 20 to 30%. 30 is stretching, 20 is what is a comfort level.
Right, because most of the organizations today are more focused in their day-to-day activities and probably leveraging their existing range
Yes,
and
yes,
less of investments going to innovation.
yes,
So
yes.
that's why I thought probably just
No,
like to
see,
know from your expertise. Okay.
correct, correct. Typically 20 to 30, because, I mean, frankly speaking, as a owner, I don't see a return immediately from that 20 to 30.
Exactly,
I
that's the
will,
reason.
yes, yes, yes. So if I put myself into the shoes of a owner, okay, I will see this 20 to 30 as a waste.
Yeah, and again that drains your cash flow also.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
So that's the
absolutely,
reason.
absolutely. So that's why I said 20 is okay, 30 is stretching.
Stretching. Okay. Good.
Okay, so
Thank
that,
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now Kali is the transformation. Okay. And what does Kali do? Disrupt before your competitors do. Okay. Destroying value to create a greater value, like Satya Nadella of Microsoft, or Netflix moving into the streaming from a DVD. Okay. So again, there are questions here. What sacred cows in your organization needs to be challenged?
Yes.
Okay. So we are very sentimental about a cow as an animal. I mean, obviously, cow is a mother, cow is whatever. I have seen that in my own village where we've had some sick cows, but we've kept those sick cows because they have served for such a long time and we should look after them. So cows are also not like parents which have a nana nani park today. Okay. So what self-disruption is overdue in your business, okay, is what we are essentially looking at. Again, we are asking you to introspect three things. Okay. Again, wrong on my part to kind of put this as a thinking. I think when you have the workbook and you ponder over it, you can surely fill this workbook and reach out to me and I will be happy to help you with this. Okay. Now, Rama is about Maryada Purushottam Ram. He's all about stakeholder capitalism, ethical governance. Okay, so everything to do with compliance is Lord Ram. Okay, ESG isn't a compliance, it's competitive advantage that when authentically embedded. So, rate your organization stakeholders. Again, the application that we are saying is from 1 to 10 on how you're treating your employees, how you're treating your customers, how are you on your investors, and how are you on your community. Okay, and once you do that, probably you're going to get to see where the gaps are. Okay, so that is when you kind of look at the Rama archetype. That's where you emerge.
Sir,
Now,
3 more minutes.
yeah.
3 more minutes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now here is Hanuman. Okay, so I'll have to rush a little. So which is he translate vision into reality. Teams that deliver quarter after quarter discipline and commitment. Okay, so I would write in my CV that I have delivered regularly for the last 16 quarters. I have achieved the targets. So I'm applying for the job of a CEO, but I'm telling you how good I am at execution. Okay, how can you strengthen execution discipline in your team? Okay, identify a specific execution discipline in your team. That is what you need to identify. Okay, now let me come quickly to the Krishna diplomacy. Okay, where here is the master strategist, and no need to say anything about Krishna, Lord Krishna. Okay, and all about diplomacy, all about getting things done. Almost saying, when I have outsiders, people from not our religion, who look at Krishna, who have read Mahabharata and all that. So they say that, oh, he appears very cunning. Okay, now cunning is a term that we will not use as because he's a god, but the impression to an outsider is this. Okay, but here is where we are saying that where is the strategic flexibility, okay, and diplomatic finesse in your challenges, and identify situations requiring the Krishna's adaptive approach. Okay. Now I come to the leadership portfolio assessment. Okay, again, you can do that as to where are you in your Durga, where are you in your Lakshmi, where are you in your Saraswati, your Kali, your Rama, your Hanuman, and your Krishna. You can kind of mark it on 1 to 5, see what is the target score, and get into the priority of the action that you want to look at. Okay, I come to the Dashera principle, which is the victory, Vijay Dashmi, Ravana. Okay, which is all that we know about these things. So what we are saying is the Ravana that you are encountering is internal obstacles, the hubris that exist in your organization, the legacy thinking and how you do not want to give it up, the complacency. I mean, I know everything. So what is it that you're going to teach me new? I come with that overconfidence to the table. Okay. And then what is your organization's Ravana, the ego or legacy that needs to be defeated? Okay. So find the internal obstacles and what decisive actions will you take in the next 90 days to achieve this victory? Okay. I'm saying that you have to embrace cyclicality. Okay. You have to build anti-fragile organizations. Okay. You have to be value intangible. You have to have decisive capital allocation, and you have to essentially look at what I will call as celebrate the milestones. Okay, so here we come to a 90-day implementation plan where I'm saying that what are your top 3 priorities? Okay, what is your check-in schedule? And based on this, you commit to, and I'm saying Jan 14th. Okay, so I'm giving you 10 days to think. I'm saying Jan 14th, when we will all say Pongal, we will all say those things. And that is what will be the entire thing that you say. So it's going to be a 90-day thing. It is nothing that you have perhaps seen in a 20-minute session, heard it, taken it from one year and left it from the other year. Okay. So I have given a workbook to Dev sir to distribute to you all. I hope this workbook can get distributed to a lot of people in BBB so that they can do the introspection themselves. And I am saying that Jan 14th, I'm giving you a 90-day from 15th October. Okay. So 10 days, do what you want. I'm not saying that 31st December, Margari Masam or whatever, Krishna Mas. Okay. We don't do auspicious things then. You're talking of a change. You're talking of something. 14th of January is seen as the change. We don't celebrate 21st of December as a solstice. Okay. The international solstice is 21st of December. We celebrate the solstice 14th January. So I am telling you 14th January is when you have to see the action to what you have seen. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali, Lord Ram, Hanuman and Krishna. These 6 archetypes I have taken you through, and of course not to forget Ravana also. So open to questions. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. Aman, this was, if there is something you have to rewind and forward and pause and reflect, then this session was all about connecting it with the gods. And, the next time you pray to someone and then you connect it with your business and taking the holistic approach was wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. We unfortunately don't have the time for question and answer so much because technically also say after 5 minutes, the thing will disconnect.
Yes.
But I have shared in the Zoom chat the workbook.
Yes.
Mr. Sudharshan has prepared. So you can please download it there. And I would really urge everyone to download it, have it saved in your system, or you can reach out to your LDs or whoever is in charge with your chapter directors. This can be circulated. This is a wonderful thing to reflect upon, look at your organization, look at your leadership style, look at the challenges which you feel like, and create an action plan, implementation plan, and start the harvest festival with the new version. That would be amazing. Thank you so much, sir. This was a wonderful presentation. Thank you also, Jayashree, for your presentation. It was wonderful to hear from both of the worlds. We're coming to the closing prayer, and today I had a surprising element. I was chatting with someone who indeed has just launched a chapter in Chennai. If I'm not wrong, the chapter name is Maruti. Her name is Kritika, and she was over the Zoom chat giving her availability to, I will do the closing prayers. She's into import and exports and does a lot of farming, organizing, and biofertilizers and taking it to the global world. That's her mission. I don't want to prolong your introduction, ma'am. Please do for us the closing prayers, and we'll be so blessed to have you here today as well.
Thank you. And sir, thank you so much. Yeah, it was just yesterday we launched Maruti, and you were talking about relating Hanuman to execution. So I was like, wow, okay, kind of. So that was something that I wanted to share. Okay, let's get ahead with the closing prayer. Oh. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe one or two words from Maruti chapter, since you have the stage and you finished the closing prayers.
Well, it was an amazing journey that we had, and of course we are 40 technically, and we are into Beehive, we are into Chennai socials as well, and looking forward to interact with all the others in Chennai chapter, and probably there would have been a few people who would have logged in through YouTube. We just took some time as we were held up with the launch activity back then, so we couldn't register. So I was the only person who was fortunate enough to get into the first 100 registration. So yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, and glad that a new chapter in Chennai is born. We will have new chapters recognitions as well in the future upcoming Mārgas. We want to highlight regions and chapters that are just really launched, and also invite your members from the newly chapter people to join Mārga. So, and next time we will definitely have more than 100 limitations swapped off. So there will be possibility of more people registering as well again. So, but in worst case, if we reach one day the 500 max capacity, there will be still a YouTube link for people to share and view, right? Wonderful. So with that being said, this was a wonderful 1 hour, 4 minute session. I'm 4 minutes late, but we had to give due respect to all the participants. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a wonderful qualitative session, and we hope to see you soon in the next Mārga in November. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.